And thank you so much for watching, and welcome to Tea with D, where tea time is me time. That always gets me. But anyway, today we are going to review this gorgeous 2015 GMC Yukon Denali. This particular model of mine is sitting on 22-inch wheels. It has a 6.2 liter V8 engine, and I did upgrade the rear to kind of resemble the taillights of the Escalade. So here is the review. Hope you enjoy. Hello, beautiful people of the world! Today we are going to spill some tea on the 2015 GMC Yukon Denali. And growing up, I've always admired these massive beast of a vehicle. And so it's been a dream and something checked off my bucket list of actually purchasing one of these vehicles. And all my friends say, like, why the hell do I need a vehicle of this magnitude when it's just me? But I'm just like, mind your business. It is what it is. Like, you stay over there in your Prius and I will do me. But anyway, so basically before we actually dive in, I wanted to give you guys an update, and I was able to find the Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda, the regular, because remember I did the review on the diet, and my 2 cents before we go into the Yukon is mainly I tasted more cream soda in the diet. All tea, all shade, Dr. Pepper, but I taste nothing but Dr. Pepper on this one. So that's my 2 cents on that. But moving on back to the Yukon. Originally, I really wanted the Escalade, all right? But I started to notice that price tag on the Escalade being over $100,000, and I'm like, oh no. So at this point, I started searching in 2018. So I did my homework, as all good consumers should. I started to observe that the 2015 Escalades were running about in the 50s, in the high 50s, and I still thought that that was a lot of money for a 3-year-old vehicle. So doing more research, something I did not know originally was literally the Chevy Tahoe, the Chevy Suburban, the GMC Yukon, and the GMC Yukon XL, and the Escalade and the Cadillac Escalade ESV are literally almost the exact same truck. So needless to say, I decided to purchase the GMC Yukon Denali. She had just shy of 50,000 miles. She was at 49,999. That was what was on the registration. I'm like, come on, you could have just made it 50,000 even. But anyway, so I test drove her. I fell in love. She drove like she was brand new, and it had that new car smell. It was just the fantasy. And I would probably say maybe 8 or 9 months later, I started to kind of notice that there was some sort of shuttering going on. Basically, I took it to the dealer because the vehicle was still covered under a powertrain warranty that just covered the engine and the transmission. And basically, the dealer advised me that the shuttering was a known issue, and that GM implemented, or they created like a new transmission fluid for the Yukon for this issue, and they said that that should take care of things. So needless to say, it did, but it then came back. So of course, I take it back to the dealer, and it came back maybe another 6 months later, And basically I take it to the dealer, and they advised me that, of course, at the test drive, they didn't feel any shuttering or nothing in that sort. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And then the tech tried to tell me that that was normal, that in regards to the shuttering. Now, here's the thing, between the two different experiences I had with the shuttering with this vehicle. The original shuttering, which which made the dealership change out the transmission fluid, that shuttering was happening more so on the interstate when I was going between 55 and 70 miles per hour, okay? And it's literally was just like it felt like I was going, over a line with all of those rigid edges. Like it just felt like that type of shuttering, and the whole steering wheel was shaking. But anyway, and it will go away, after a few seconds, but then it will come back randomly when you accelerate. But the second incident when shuttering started happening, basically that was around 30 to 40 miles per hour. And the dealer was trying to tell me that the shuttering that I feel is not the transmission, but it's the gears. When we're switching gears, that's the shuttering that I'm feeling. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. And it would come and go. It's not consistent. And not even a week later, let me repeat, not even a week later, this happened. Can you guys just imagine how irate, oh my God, like I'm having PTSD just thinking back at this, like, oh. So I, of course, had the bitch towed to the dealer. Let me describe what actually happened. So I was driving, everything was fine. There was no warnings at all. And I was at a stoplight. I went to accelerate when the light turned green, and it felt like the car went into neutral. So it felt like the car went into neutral, and my RPMs went all the way to the red. Like it was 6,000 and 7,000 RPMs. So it sounded like I was like about to blow the damn engine. So I was able to crawl to the shoulder of the road. And then when I went to, put it in park and put it back into drive, my odometer reading was like blinking. It wouldn't give like my mileage. It was just blinking. And whenever I would change gears, like from park to drive, the D for drive would blink, and then neutral would blink, and then reverse. My backup camera wasn't working. Like it was just a shit show. So I was like freaking out. I didn't know what was going on. At that point, I thought the engine blew. I knew that I had a warranty, but it was just the thought that I've only had this vehicle not even 2 years, and this is already happening. But basically, GM decided that the transmission or the engine did not need replacing. Basically, they advised that the transmission control module needed to be replaced. So thankfully that was covered under the transmission warranty. And my understanding of the transmission control module is that basically it's the computer that talks to the transmission, and that just went out. And they told me that that's just a really random thing and it happens, but they don't see a lot of those cases. So that's a huge question mark still in my book. But that's kind of the only negative type experiences I've had with the Yukon. Now, thankfully, she is driving like a gem. This is the first time I've had this type of experience with a vehicle, because in the Toyota FJ Cruiser that I previously had, I never had to go to the dealership for, anything, just besides an oil change. Okay, so basically I wanted to just give you some pros and cons at the latter part and give you my overall rating for the vehicle. So something I really do love about the Yukon is that it does have a kickfoot tailgate. So it's almost like Ford, you just wave your foot like a little wand. under the rear bumper, and the tailgate opens. But keep in mind, you do have to keep your key fob near you, otherwise that will not work. And there is remote start, which is amazing on the vehicle as well. And there's heated seats and cooling seats in for the driver and the passenger seats. In the middle seats or the second row, there's only heated seats, and there's nothing in the third row. So sorry for you third row passengers. And then there's power folding mirrors, which is nice for parking that massive thing into parking spaces, unless you're at Costco. And there's a Bose sound system, so it sounds really good. That was literally the first thing I tested because my FJ had a wonderful sound system. Like, the bass was amazing. But yeah, the Yukon's is it is pretty good. Some of the cons with the Yukon, besides what I've already went over, there's no Apple CarPlay in the 2015 model. They started introducing some as an upgrade in 2016, and it became standard in 2017 models. So if you are looking to purchase the Yukon and you want Apple CarPlay, you definitely probably want to stick with the 2017s and newer. Otherwise, in 2016, you would have to double check because it's not in all of the 2016s. With the vehicle with the price tag of over $50,000, or I would even say over $40,000, I would think that everything on that vehicle should be LED. For the most part, everything is, except for the fog lights, the high beam lights, and the license plate lights. All of those are incandescent. I feel that was GM's way just to save a few bucks, but who can blame them? And there is, the backup camera is pretty poor. I mean, you can see, but the picture is not clear. So I feel with that type of price tag, that backup camera should be crystal clear. I should be able to see the bottom of the ocean. And the mirrors are small. On the Tahoe and the Yukon for the 4th generation, the mirrors are a little taller in the Escalade. So that would be a complaint. Like, in my opinion, the Yukon has little Mini Cooper side mirrors. And there's a really small third row, which GM did fix for the 5th generation with the separate rear suspension. But that's really it. I would say that my overall rating for the 2015 GMC Yukon Denali would probably be a 3.5 teabag rating. Reason just being, besides everything I explained in regards to the mechanical issues that I was having, the vehicle is great. I did tell myself that she has one more time to let me down before I kick her to the side, but hopefully that will not happen. I really hope that was just a little hiccup, and we're gonna be happily ever after. But I definitely hope you guys, if you are thinking about purchasing the GMC Yukon Denali, I really hope you do your homework like I did. Know what you're getting. Join a forum on social media to see how other owners are dealing with the vehicle, and go from there. And as always, I thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And if you have not already, please subscribe, hit that bell to get alerted for every time there's a new video. As of now, I'm going to try to give you 2 videos a week, not just one. And we'll see what happens. Thank you so much. And yeah, remember, and I have to stress this, I have to. Ooh. That Dr. Pepper is good. Remember, tea time is me time. Bye.